So where we left off, again, pardon the black screen there. I'll go ahead and move us over while I'm going over this, which will probably remind everyone anyway. Oh shit. Okay, cool. All right, so it looks it's gonna load that much. Yeah, it's a little more narrow than it's supposed to be. So on my screen, it actually looks worse, I think, than it does for you guys. I have like black bars on either side. What's that?
Yeah, we've got the bars on each side, but other than that, it doesn't look too bad.
Okay. You have like a black, like letterbox style almost on the left and the right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it just looks like that is mine's blue on the outside, but it looks like it's just a little smaller. It's more noticeable.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
like
outside, if that makes sense.
if you try zooming in a little bit. Just use your mouse wheel and zoom in. Does it like zoom in weirdly? Doesn't look right.
When I zoom in, I can zoom out
It
away
looks fine.
from the,
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
like,
All right. Well, in that case, it doesn't look like it's affecting you guys. It's just something I broke for the DM side apparently. So I'll have to figure out what that problem is later. Hopefully, it isn't too big of a problem in the meantime. But obviously, that should be a bit of a reminder for where we left off. Anyways, you guys are flying over the Great Sand Sea toward the Crow Fort, being attacked by an Amora Queen, one of the giant bug caterpillar snake things that had hopped up out of the sand. Norok and Pogo were astride its back, but Norok, you had kind of hacked away at the tendons and the fleshy meat underneath one of those plates as it had spewed out some bugs at you. But the plate, as it had come loose due to an unfortunate miscalculation in blocking it, it flew back and knocked both Norok and Pogo off. We'll get back to that in just a moment here. You both were knocked free from the creature entirely and are kind of flying backwards and falling. Sarah, Arteme, and Nazim are on the deck of the Sevastopol nearby and are surrounded by the Amora soldiers and drones, the little smaller bugs. Pogo, I went back and looked at the DC on that because I had forgotten that you were kind of intentionally bracing yourself for it, but you had rolled a 15. Both of you had rolled a 15.
Boo.
Yeah, so it still would have been, unfortunately, too low, even with it. So, with the DC, probably for you, probably would have been like a 16 or 18, maybe, like on the lower side there.
Yeah, because I rolled a 6, so yeah. I had a +9, so even with my +9, that's not great. All right, makes sense.
Well, yeah, so with a 15, but what I want to at least offer a suggestion there, specifically because you did take the time to, brace yourself. Norok didn't really have that opportunity because he was trying to, cut the armor plate free. So there really wasn't, much room for him to be bracing himself and also doing that at the same time. But since you were, if you want to, I'll leave it up to you. You're only going to have, this upcoming turn here, potentially as you're falling, because it's only about a 6-second fall before you splat to the ground. It's 500.
Wait,
you guys are 550.
Right, 6 seconds till hit the ground?
Yeah, so you guys are 550 feet up or thereabouts,
Oh,
right? Because
okay.
you guys had started going
not
up.
Not that far up then.
Yeah, well, you guys were only 500 feet up, and then Nazim had given the orders to, have the ship elevate, and that was only like 3 seconds ago or 6 seconds ago or whatever it was. So it's not all that high up yet. Meaning it's 500 feet falling is the speed according to the DMG, 500 feet per round, which means you guys are just a little over one round before you would hit the ground. But anyways, I'll give you at least the opportunity if you want to use a reaction to, try to re-roll essentially and try to grab onto something as you're flying back. But again, that might be the only reaction you have. So up to you if you want to try to re-roll that or not.
I mean, yeah, that would be definitely Pogo's instinctual reaction if I get a reaction for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can go ahead and use your reaction to try to catch on because you guys both made your deck saves and failed them. You both got 15s. So Norok's still flying, but Pogo, if you want to,
when it comes around, correct? It's not gonna
yeah, you'll still have your full turn. I'm just saying that you can use your reaction now before your turn comes up because both if you guys bring up the initiative order there, you guys had just gone and then the Amora Queen went and then we'll be on to Arteme here in just a moment. So if you want to spend your reaction now, you'll have it back on your turn, but that may be a bit here.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking doing that. God damn it!
All right, well, so much for that then. Oh, shit. Well, shit. I was going to say 16 is probably safe for you because you were bracing yourself, but because you had failed the first.
Yeah, so now I'm still kind of blind. So
yeah, you're still. Yeah, you're closer. You're not as flung away from it like Norok. In fact, actually, let me move this real quick so that I can get you guys on here. You guys see the new carousel thingy up there too, right?
I love it.
Okay, so so if that's okay, good. If you guys like it and it's functional for you, I'll leave it. If it's kind of in the way, then I'll get rid of it. Or you can actually adjust the size and everything too. So
yeah, Nazim's looks really good. Also, I never realized that Seraphina kind of just looks like a little hooker.
She definitely does, especially with that choker.
I miss like the Seraphina, like, oh, you see this person. I'm like, wow, that's some big hair. Okay.
So for real, when you said it to me, and this will probably date me a little bit, obviously, you guys know how old I am anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it looks a little bit like Reba McEntire, if anybody knows who Reba
Well,
McEntire is. Yeah, in her like
if she worked
90s.
corners. If she worked corners.
Yeah, exactly. In her like 90s kind of of hookerish kind of a phase, I guess.
Chance fancy. Don't let it down.
Exactly. There you go. It's probably from that I'm thinking of, actually, from that video from, I don't know, 92 or whatever. All right. So on my screen, that bug is above you guys, so I can't easily like adjust Norok and Pogo. So when your guys' turn comes around, hopefully when you click them, they'll either pop above. But as long as you guys can see yourselves, we're okay. All right, cool. So that was the queen's turn. The bugs themselves, though, the little bugs, have not acted yet. So let me turn the music actually on for that, because I didn't get that going yet. We will use...
So are we falling to the sides off, or are we falling straight back? Because like I feel like if we're falling backwards, like tumbling down the back of this thing, at least we have the forward inertia keeping us going.
So my thought was, yeah, exactly. My thought was with that second roll, yeah, for you, I think you're probably kind of plinking off the back of it, since you were laying down and trying to hold on, you know what I mean? Norok was probably knocked a little bit free of it, which is why I moved you back just a little bit, G. With the plate kind of impacting you directly and you just standing up at the time and not, holding on, that makes more sense that you would be kind of knocked free of the creature altogether. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So, that's not a good one.
Has anyone tried attacking the fucking wings of this bitch? Or do we all just not?
Nope.
God damn it. I feel like now that I think about it, like a wing would probably be a good option too. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it's a good point in that they do look like dragonfly wings, which are pretty fragile, so some kind of force impact probably would have had a significant...
I'll try a fireball on one of the wings next time.
Well, I mean, we'll figure it out. I feel like we've done a lot of damage the way we are. And truly, it's just a picture, so the wings of the actual creature could be just something totally different.
I actually photoshopped that, too. I put those wings on. The bug creature is a real bug. It was a real bug picture that I found, and then I took some dragonfly wings and photoshopped it together. Badly, obviously, but to try to make it, resemble at least what the creature was intended to look like. So, all right. So for the little bugs, it's going to be, there's 4 of the little ones. That will be split between 2 on Sarah and 2 on Arteme. 1 on where Nazim is. 1 Nazim, 1 Arteme, and 2 on Sarah. So we'll do those real quick. Damn it, the frickin'... Okay, so I think I fixed the token thing. Like, if you click the tokens, do you guys see the little menu pop up for the things that they can do? I think I fixed it for you guys, but it doesn't work for me yet.
Like you talking about under our names?
No, if you click it, do you see... well, right now it says multiple on there, but do you have like the little menu, the token action HUD thing with abilities and attributes and spells and things?
They all show up for me.
Yeah.
I also have all the conditions. And...
Yeah. Okay, so they are working for you then. Okay, good. Yeah, it's annoying that.
Thing you said.
What's Taco?
I'm sorry. When you click that little top thing, you said all the new pictures.
No. Oh, you know what? They're probably in there too, aren't they? No,
so if you,
you're not.
If
Okay.
you look up by the top left menu by the anvil to the bottom right of it, if there's a right-facing arrow, it'll open up the HUD, and then under each inventory feature spells, it should show you a big list of all the stuff your character can do. It's like
Yeah. So that's okay.
It was
so that
broken from one of the updates, and now we have it back, which is super useful.
Yeah, I know that is a really useful one. It's useful for me too, but unfortunately it doesn't work yet for me. I fixed it for you guys, but not for myself yet, apparently. So, all right. So first one, this is going so these will be the 2 at Sarah, actually. Remember, these are the ones that crit.
Oh, damn it! I thought this was us. God damn it!
Oh, that was an actual, like a natural 20 instead of the special lower reduced chance or whatever increased chance for crits. All right, so 1 crit Becky and 1 normal. Yeah, and Becky's already a little bit low, so that's the crit.
Oh shit!
And yeah, that's the crit there. Oh, that was deck roll. Hang on. And okay, 37 to Sarah with a con save on haste.
Oh no!
And Nora could probably use that haste right now. So. DC 12.
Green
you beat it.
Is good. Okay.
Yep, you beat it just barely. You literally rolled exactly what you needed. So Nora
12 with the other damage.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay.
At DC 12, it was 2 separate attacks. So.
Oh shit! God damn!
All right, good on both.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
All right, so Norok still has haste, which is definitely going to be useful for this, I imagine. Ben, we were doing some kind of brainstorming in Discord. Well, shit. I mean, you obviously Norok would have had the appropriate time while falling. So if you have some planning now, that's fine. If you want to talk it over with Becky, because I think Becky had mentioned or at least talked in there. So if you have a plan ahead of time, go right ahead. Everybody else had some. So all right,
We already talked about it.
Okay. All right. 1, 2. I figured Ben had probably had a plan already, but I wanted to at least give him the opportunity there. All right. This one to Nazim, and then there will be one to Arteme as well. Nazim, that's a 27, so that will hit for 8 damage to Nazim.
Okay.
Good low roll at least. And then one for Arteme. For a 19. Arteme, that I assume 19 hits, right? I don't think you have anything to boost your AC that high.
Sorry, what?
19 AC. Your natural is 16, so unless you have a reaction or something to boost your AC.
Let me double check, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it, and then if you figure it out, you can. Okay, so it'd be 13 damage to Arteme.
What kind of damage is it?
Piercing. It's the little barbed stingers that the little flying bugs are shooting at you guys.
Okay, yeah, no, all I have is absorb elements.
Okay, yeah, so it'd be 13 then for Arteme, and then the 2 big bugs. One is going
disadvantage for me, correct?
For what reason?
The ranged weapons have disadvantage with my item.
With your coelacanth cloak? I think you have to. Let me look at it. Do you have to use your reaction to do that or no? So you had just clicked it. Let's see.
Pulling it down.
No, just while attuned. So any ranged weapons have. Any ranged weapon attacks have made against the cloak are done at disadvantage. All right, so it would have had disadvantage. So let me roll that again, Sako. It was a 19 on the first and a 17. So 17 still hits though, because even if you flex it, it's a 16. So almost, but
No problem.
Fox, go ahead and roll your con save on your healing spirit. It's in the chat there. You can just click the saving throw DC 10 con. That one coming up, Fox.
I missed that.
In the chat there, you have a button that says the concentration for healing spirit. It's a concentration save. So
Yeah,
click
yeah, I
that.
see it.
And success, just barely also, so you're still
good.
good there. All right, and the soldier will be attacking Nazim there. This is 2 talent attacks. Is it 2? Yeah, 2 talent attacks at Nazim. Interesting. I didn't put the sounds in there, so it must be one of the add-ons that did it. 12, I think, will miss, right,
Sound
Sako?
like a cat sneezing. Yeah, that'll miss.
All right, so the second one hits, first one misses. That is 19 damage to Nazim from that talent attack. Okay. All right,
Are
so
you
Nazim.
down?
He got both he and Arteme got blasted with the poison as well, the poison spit or acid
I'm
spit
immune to
rather.
poison.
Sorry, it was acid. I said poison, but I meant acid. The acid spit from the thing last, at the end of last game. All right, that is it for them, bringing us to Arteme's turn. So, Arteme, you saw one of the larger bugs fly down and jab talons into Nazim. He falls to the ground. You do have the healing spirit next to you, but it is not his turn yet. You do know that as long as you keep the healing spirit up, he will presumably, well, if you don't move it away from him anyways, it would touch him at the start of his turn, and he would stand back up at that point.
Yeah, I'll just leave it there then.
Okay. And it is
Because
your
it's
turn.
touching
so
both of us.
It is,
so-
yeah. It's where it's at right now. It'll take care of the heal that will get him back to 1 hit point, so he'd be conscious at that point. He is prone, but he'd be conscious. But up to you on what you want to do with your action, bonus action movement, etc. You did see Pogo and Norok just get knocked off of the back of the flying bug and are falling.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that.
It's okay. We'll be fine.
I think both of them have plans, I
We're
imagine.
only
So.
500 feet up. I mean, how mad could that hurt?
You just got to tuck and roll when you get near the bottom. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's like jumping out of a moving car. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Or being in a falling elevator. You
It's
just
like
gotta.
jumping out of a moving car, falling 500 feet.
Okay, so that's the healing for me. For,
Okay.
Okay. I think I had readied my produce flame. Did she open up the stuff again?
She did, and I thought we'd rolled that, but let me roll back and check. I'm just scrolling back up now to look.
Isn't it tore open now? Isn't it like a big gate?
It's a huge open hole in the back now. The plate that was covering it is the one that knocked Pogo and Norok off of the back. Fox,
gotcha.
I don't see your roll. I do see. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think unless you went right before Nazim, because Nazim had 6 Eldritch Blasts back to back. No, yours was not in there, Fox. So go ahead and roll you to produce flame from your reaction from the previous round.
Okay.
Nazim did all of his, which did a shit ton of damage to her as soon as that plate was opened up, right as Norok and Pogo were knocked off, but your produced flame was not in there, so.
Yeah, because I think I didn't roll it yet.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
Should-
On my thing for... Yeah, it's down. Alright, another add-on is not cooperating. Alright, so let me roll
I'm
that
gonna
in here.
reproduce flame, and I'm gonna hit the bug that's right beside Nazim.
Okay. That'd be 28. The queen is severe, like, is barely hanging on. She will definitely be trying to retreat.
So 18 damage to that one.
All right. Ah, where is that add-on? I really need that one. Oh, you know what? I can do it with the chat thing. I forgot about that. There we go. All right. Soldier's not quite bloodied yet, but still a decent hit. Any bonus actions or movement, Fox?
Yeah, I'm gonna use magic stones to make some.
Okay. I thought you made some already. Didn't you make some like early on in the fight? I think you already have them, if I remember right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I could throw them as a bonus.
Let's see. It's a ranged spell attack, so it would still be an action for hurling them.
Oh,
Creating
okay,
them is the bonus, but throwing them is the
Okay.
action.
So that's fine then.
All right. So no bonus actions, no movement.
No.
All right, that'll bring us to Nazim. What you doing, Sock? Well, so sorry. So you fell down, immediately are touched by the healing spirit, Nazim. You regain consciousness, still laying down on the ground. You have this kind of towering bug trying to jab at you.
Okay. Honestly, what I was going to attempt before I downed is they are both 80 feet away from me, 70, 80 feet away from me on the bug. So I know that they just got knocked off, which means that they are not attached to the bug and now either falling backwards with the wind and, slightly down.
Yep.
And they were next to each other, correct?
Yeah, they were within 5 feet of each other, yeah.
5 feet of each other. So seeing that this is kind of a dire situation, I'd like to cast Arcane Gate.
Okay.
Arcane Gate, the 2 portal will be positioned right next to me, next to the healing.
Okay.
Actually, right behind me, behind the healing thing.
Okay.
The entry point, I would like to make the portal standing vertical, right behind and below both of them. So
Okay.
they will fall down and back in through the portal
Okay.
with very little velocity since they're only moving, 15, 20 feet at that point, which would shoot them up through the portal on the right next to me and hopefully save them.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Yeah, this is a good idea. This
Also,
is
you get 8, I think,
Yeah,
from
cool.
healing spirit.
yeah, Sako. If you didn't already, go ahead and apply the 8 healing from the healing spirit.
Okay, 8 health, got it. Thank you.
Fox, that was you casted it at level 1, right? And that's upcasting to 3 with the Wood Sage's course. Is that correct?
I think so. But
I mean, assume as long as you casted it as level 1, then that's correct. I just want to make sure if there's supposed to be another 2d6 on top of that or not. All right, Sako.
no. When I re-brought it up into the chat, I upcast it because I put to not use the spell slot and I upcast it, I think, 4.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
that's
healing
fine.
spirit is
Oh, it's every other level, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
healing spirit's level 2, and then you get another 2, so it would be a level 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's level 4. It's fine.
Cool. All right. All right, Sako. Then do you have to hang on? Give me one
Yeah,
sec to
I'll
read over
cast
that
it
real
real quick.
quick. Okay, cool. That's what I was looking for. Thanks.
Oh, it
Let's see.
says I do not have permission to browse the sequencer file.
Yeah, it's probably another
Damn it,
add-on thing.
Nazim. I knew Nazim would always have permission issues, so now I have to do some server administration on Nazim as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah, it's Nazim's meta knowledge of the video game world that he's playing in. Let's see. 10 feet in diameter. Yeah, that's appropriate enough, I would say. Let's do this, because there's going to be a little bit of risk involved in that, trying to catch, to place the other portal in a correct location where it's not directly touching them, because they need to fall into it so you can get both. So you need to kind of appropriately locate it, I guess, if that makes sense, to where both of them will fall through it. It's not going to be a high DC, because the 10 feet portal is high enough that, assuming that Nora kind of rolls into a little bit of a ball, we'll be able to go through it just fine. So let's make it a flat intelligence check, and we'll add your proficiency for it. So the function, just on the attributes tab, click on the word intelligence, and then make a check, and it'll be a plus. Where is your +5 to whatever you roll?
Okay, rolling now. Hopefully, let's do it.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So Pogo and Norok, you guys see a portal appear in the air. The portal itself is not moving, but you are flying in the direction of it. You will have the opportunity, of course, to exit elseways if you chose to, or do something else. But the portal is behind you, and you will, fall into it if you don't.
I'm gonna try to curl up into a ball.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you don't intentionally avoid it, you're going to fall into it, I guess is what I'm saying, because Nazim had intentionally aimed it for you. So, all right, Nazim. So that is action, and well, I guess you haven't moved at all. You're still laying prone. If you don't move and stay prone, the bug will have advantage if it attacks you again, and then you still have bonus action.
I was going to use my movement to stand up, if possible, move. But I guess if the whole thing is just standing up, then I'll just stand up.
Getting up takes half your movement, so you still have 15 feet. The bug is still next to you, so if you do try to move away from it, it will prompt an opportunity attack from it. And then you still have bonus actions, though.
So then let me go ahead and look at my bonus action real quick here. Bonus action. All right, so I will stand up. I will not move out. And bonus action, I will do a psychic shove. Does that move?
Yeah, you haven't used that in a while. It does.
Yeah.
As long as you succeed, it could push him back.
Yeah, I think I'll do the psychic shove to push him back, just, off the bow of the ship.
Okay.
And do that.
What the... In China, they just have holes in the ground? That's like a fucking... It's like a pit. That's like a pitfall trap from, like, 80s Atari era. It's like perfectly shaped and everything. That's funny. All right. It is. Thanks, Hawker. That's what I was looking for there. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw. All right. It is flying, so it won't like fall, but it would would catch itself. But at least it would be away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it! I need that friggin' add-on to work. All right. Strength. Ability check, and your spell save DC is probably 18-ish. Oh yeah, definitely failed, so don't even need to look. All right, so it is knocked 15 feet in whatever direction you choose. You want it to go backwards away from you 15 feet?
Yeah, back and to the right, so upper right-hand corner, 15 feet.
Okay. Why? Oh, because I was on the cursor here. There we go. All right, it is pushed away from you. It does take a moment to kind of right itself and catch itself with its little wings, but it is no longer in your face, at least. All right, so you still have 15 feet of movement if you choose.
All right, the portal was positioned behind the healing spirit, opposite of me, correct?
Okay. Yeah, that's where you want it, right over here.
Yep. So I will move right next to the portal, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, no. No, you know what? I'm not moving at all.
Okay.
I just thought of something. We're good.
All right. Then we will move on to Sarah.
Okay.
I was gonna crash into your ass.
So there's a portal under. Does it look like Norok's gonna make it into the portal, or
Make a
is
perception
there
check.
a chance that he? Oh God, perception's bad.
You've got some wisdom.
No, I don't. It's a +0.
Well, it's still a 10.
At least it's not a -1.
Wait, Fox, you better not have a -1 on your wisdom. Okay,
No, I don't.
You're a druid. If you had a -1 on your wisdom, we might have a real problem.
No. My intelligence on my other character is like -1, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just yeah.
In Baldur's Gate, or you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. From this angle, Sarah, it does look like he will probably fall into it. Yes.
Okay, but there's a chance he could miss it, right?
From your perspective, yes.
Great. So
Without meta knowledge, yes, Sarah still feels like both Pogo and Norok are in extreme danger that they're going to fall to their death.
all right, then I'm gonna go up here. That would put Norok within 120 feet, right?
Pretty comfortably so. Yeah, that's probably about 80 or 90. Yeah.
Okay, we're good. All right, then I'm going to quicken a spell. I'm just gonna max out my sorcery points here, so I'm gonna quicken a spell.
Okay.
We are going to do. Chance it. No, we don't. We know fire still does stuff. All right, so we're gonna quicken Firebolt to a bonus action.
Okay. What are you aiming at?
The big guy.
Okay. Well, the gaping hole in its back is kind of almost a video game style gleaming hit me here kind of a spot, because it is, exposed flesh, and this creature doesn't normally have such a thing. It is an easy target for you. You can definitely aim that firebolt directly into that location. Based on the shape it's already in, it is nearly tearing itself apart with every wing flap. So the front wings flap, and you see like cracks in the rest of the artificing, the shell surrounding the chitinous shell, and then the back wings flap, and it lifts itself back up again, and it's about to tear in half. If you hit it with that bolt, you feel like you'll probably finish it off.
So here we go.
That's enough.
Okay. I also get half of that back in healing thanks to the relic of the life-thieving thing.
You have it attuned?
Yes, I did. I took it from Pogo.
All right. It had 11 hit points left. That was 32 because it does double damage when you hit inside the shell. The creature is, with that final blast, there is enough of an impact in it that the next wing beat separates the front and the back of this caterpillary, it has segmented chunks of the shell, and along one of those segmented bits, it just separates, and the tail begins to just spin and plummet. But the wings are still there, but it's like beating in one direction. And the front half is starting to fall forward, neither half able to keep itself aloft. It is clearly dead and beginning to fall towards the ground.
And I'm going to hold a polymorph in case either Norok, in case either Norok or Pogo miss the hole.
You can't hold a polymorph in that sense after you just spent. Oh, sorry, you bonus action.
It was a bonus action.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yep. All right, I forgot that's what you were doing, was quickening it, not extended range. So it has 120 feet, but it does have 120 feet by default. Never mind.
It sure does.
All right, good choice. Okay, so
and I will spend the sorcery points to distance the polymorph when I let it off.
Okay.
So I will consume them now.
All right. You'll need to consume the spell slot for polymorph as well, regardless of whether it goes off. All right. Okay, so that brings us to the end of your turn then? Not any further movement?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, that brings us to Shan. So the bug is dead.
If it's dead, she disappears.
So she poofs. Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and remove her then. That'll bring us to Pogo. So Pogo, a portal has appeared behind you. It is 10 feet in diameter. You feel like with your limited mobility options being midair, you do have the ability to acrobat yourself point break style to fly through the portal if you so choose.
Yep, I'm curling up into a ball. I'm trying to angle myself towards it and curling in a ball to make myself as small as possible so I can get through the door. And how does this work movement wise?
It's gonna happen basically without you spending any movement because you're gonna fall through it if you don't choose to do something else. So it'll be zero amount of movement. We'll say that happens at the start of your turn essentially, that you would fall through it. So you would appear.
Yeah.
Go. Move yourself out from under the bug for me. I can't get to you without moving the bug there.
I am blocked by a wall.
Oh, all right. Hang on. I'll just move the bug then. You know what? You guys know the bug. Well, in fact, actually, because it's falling anyways, and you guys are moving forward, the corpse would no longer be visible anyways. So there you go, Pogo. And
So-
Shan is gone.
Do I have to roll or anything coming out? Do I hit Norak?
Well, Norok has not gone through yet. You were behind
Sorry,
him.
did I hit Nazim?
Well, I mean, he portaled it he put the portal rather where you wouldn't impact anybody, but go ahead and make an acrobatics check because he had put it where you could fall right back through it. So go ahead and make your acrobatics check. Just don't roll a 1.
Yeah. It'd be very, very difficult for me to roll a 1.
Well, I mean, a natural 1 in the sense that.
But then I still get a reroll, so it'd still be very, very.
That's fair.
Very
That's
unlikely.
fair. Norok is a lot larger, a little harder for him to, adeptly leap through it. But you pop out of the hole, back on the kind of upper level of the Nautilus shell, and you are safe until you look around and realize you're surrounded by the baby bugs still.
By these little bastards.
Yep.
All right. I'm at 91 hit points. Like I'm fucking golden.
Yeah,
So-
you and Norok, surprisingly, are actually
Yeah,
almost okay, but they are fucked. Like, all of them have, like, almost single-digit hit points at this point.
Spiritual Banjo is gonna attack the little butthole right next to him.
All right.
So let me do that real quick.
AC of 15, and they only have, a very small number of hit points, so.
Yeah.
What is that, dude? I don't remember that video.
I have no idea. This reminds me of like Black Hole Sun style graphics. from the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah. A really low budget video, rock video.
Nice.
I almost thought it was Dave Grohl
Uh,
at first.
It does look a little like him, yeah. All right, that spiritual banjo gives a good solid whack. You're definitely gonna have to clean the banjo later. That bug is destroyed.
All right. And then I'm gonna go ahead and first I'm gonna get out of the kind of grouping of everyone over here. Just I don't like being all mashed together.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my movement to run up, jump right next to this this bug right in front of. Oh, why am I still blocking that wall? Fuck off.
Sorry, yeah, the walls might be a
Okay.
little close there. Okay.
So I'm basically going to just kind of do this one more time now that I'm pretty easily. I'm not trying to jump off stuff. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to, you know what? Actually, D8s. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and cast instead. I'm going to reach up and I'm going to cast Shatter. And I'm going to cast that shit at 5th level.
Okay.
My actual action against this dickhead in front of me. And that's a DC 18 con save.
All right. Oh, I could have clicked the button there. 18, just
Oh.
barely succeeded.
Just barely. Alright, so he takes half damage.
All right. 21.
So 10 damage.
We round up there, so it'd be 11 there.
Up in there.
Yep.
And
No,
that's my
10. Okay. I mean, the game did it as 10. I thought it was round up.
That's my bonus action, and movement. So that is it for me. So I'm just on the edge here.
Okay.
I'm also going to scream and yell and try to like make myself noticing everyone else seems kind of hurt and I'm fine. I'm going to try to like wave my arms around and
Okay.
like, make some noise, see if I can attract these
Sure.
bugs.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
You haven't seen much intelligence out of them, so it does seem reasonable that
Shiny
they become a
object
bigger
over
threat.
here.
Even though you're a 3-foot tall threat, you're making yourself a bigger threat.
Hey, I'm
potentially.
yelling. I'm yelling at him.
All right, that'll bring us to Norok. Norok, a portal is open behind you. You just saw Pogo zap through it. I don't know that you would have noticed that he's reappeared on the ship because you're probably a little bit busy with other things at the moment. But if you don't act otherwise, you will fall through the portal on your own.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to aim my large shell towards it.
We've all seen his portal too. So multiple
Yeah.
times.
Was it? Okay, never mind. I don't want to get into that.
Are you talking about his butthole?
Yeah, I assumed that's what you were going with there. So initially, I was trying to, or I was assuming that it was referring to the actual Nazim's portal, not Norok's portal. So,
Yeah.
RG, then if you are tumbling through it, I will go ahead and move you over here at a cost of 0 movement because you were basically, you were moving into it just by falling speed alone. So you are there with full action movement and bonus action.
Sweet. Right then,
You do see, obviously, there are bugs surrounding everyone on the deck here, and you can see that Nazim is just barely stood up and seems to be bleeding pretty heavily. Artemis in rough shape, and what you can see through the shadows on Sarah, she's in bad shape as well.
Alright, so I'm going to... Actually... From here, can I line of sight both of the soldiers?
You sure can, yeah.
Okay.
They're technically at slightly different elevations, but narratively it just makes more sense too, without having to adjust them on the map.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hit them with one of my new fancy features on Bogenberg here.
All right. What level kind of are you using? Regular or the empowered?
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the empowered. Might as well. See
Okay.
if I can get-
Mouse over each and hit T so that they're targeted. You might have to shift T, I'm not sure. There you go. That's on one, then do the same for the other. Cool. Yeah, that's good.
Both targeted?
Yep. I think it'll ask you to draw a measured template. You can use the mouse wheel, shift and mouse wheel, I think, to spin that around.
Okay.
And then when you click it, they'll have to make deck saves, I think.
I'm doing it right.
You gotta cast it first.
Yeah, you gotta
sorry.
click you're not used to spells, obviously. I think I put them in your spell book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they put them in your spell book there. So click the if you mouse over Empowered Blast, you'll see the little dice appear. Click that. Click the little dice, the D20, and then it'll ask you if you want to place a measured template. This might be the first time Nora's ever done that, actually.
Well, we did this once when we were playing last time. but
Oh, okay.
I messed it up. So shift and mouse wheel?
Yeah, shift and mouse wheel to spin the measure template around, and then just drop it so that it lands over both of them.
Kind of like that.
And put the little source of it, the part where your mouse starts from, put that on you.
Okay.
And then when you click it, it'll drop, and I'll roll their saves here.
Guessing that's the best angle I can get, because it's either this or this.
As long as it's I think it's 10 foot wide when you do empowered anyways. No, it's still 5 foot wide. Okay. Yeah, but as long as it hits them, as long as it can touch both, which they're in a line enough that it will. So, one definitely failed, and the other, they both fail. There we go. All right.
Did that work?
Yep. It is only 30 feet long. So, yeah, I don't think you can get the second one, actually. I was thinking you could, but because it's only 30 feet from you... No, he is. Yeah, it is. Well, he's 35, but I mean, technically the part of him is still in 30 feet, so it still would hit both.
Okay,
All
sweet.
right, so they both failed. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alrighty.
The soldiers are up again next, guys, so we might have some people going down. Well, if they're still alive.
Take one of them out, gotcha.
Yeah, this one... Well, shit, no, this one had 56 left, so he still did, what, 9? No, there, and 47. Hang on, these are... Yeah, these don't have the resistance things that the big bug did. Yeah, so... and apply... No, shit, I hit double on accident. Damn it. Not used to... I usually have a little add-on thing that I can... quickly apply the hit point changes to, but I don't have it on here, so 47. There we go. So that one is at 66, and the other, well, normally don't give you guys those numbers, but the one in front of you is very badly wounded, G. So that was your full action. You still have bonus action and the rest of your movement.
And then I have a second action from Seraphina's.
Oh, that's true. You
haste,
still have
right?
haste. Yep.
I can't do that again, but I can take one more step and walk up and whack him, right? Or
Yeah.
close enough to whack him now.
No, you would need to move it slightly. Yeah. Yeah. Up. You might say walls. You're fine where you're at now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm stuck here.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hit him.
Good. Pogo, make a performance check for me, please.
On it.
Oh, I forgot to take all that. I'll put all that blurb in the item so that it doesn't spam the whole chat for you next time, G. I just forgot to do it.
The specific sound that I'm making is.
Is it an Amora soldier mating dance?
Fun sound that I can.
18 will hit you.
Like a pogo-sized fly.
All right. He's not all that far off. That'll do it. So after holding the axe out and enveloping both of them in an electrical blast, you just swing it at its exposed arm, and that one is severed, begins to fall and kind of splash against the side of the nautiloid before falling down to the desert below. You still have the rest of that attack action technically, but I don't know if you can do much with it now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't be able to just a regular throw of Vulcanbreaker with the rest of that, right? It would have to be another melee attack, right?
Let's look at the regular throw. I don't think you can. I think that takes your throw. That isn't an individual attack. It's your entire attack action, I think.
I think so.
Let me check here real quick. Can be thrown to the property when you hit with a ranged attack using this weapon. Yeah, so it would be the full attack to do it. So
then that is it for me then.
all right. Oh shit! And I just killed the one bug that I put in here for the initiative order. They're up next anyway, so I'm just going to go and roll them now. So the other one, well, it'll be the soldiers and the three little guys, or the one soldier and the three little guys. We'll start with the drones because that's what we've been doing. With that performance check, I'm going to say that at least two of them are distracted towards now Norok and Pogo. These two, larger targets. One of them is still going to fire at Sarah, just because it's still, near enough to her.
I forgot I have Displacer Boots, so it has disadvantage.
Oh, well, that would have been useful for like the 4 times you've been shot by these things.
Also, this is just a normal attack. I don't remember. Are the small ones immune to being charmed? Or just the big one?
No, it was just the big one. It was just the queen is super old, that's all.
I'm going to use cutting words, and I'm just going to try to get in its fucking head. So that so that it has a disadvantage on that too.
All right, so it'll be one at you, one at Norok, and one at I'm just doing
it for the one
two.
with Serafina.
Oh, I see. I got you. Okay. All right. Well,
I'm
in
not
that
worried
case,
about me or Nora because we're fine. I just didn't realize everyone was so badly hurt until I got on this boat. So.
Yep. All right. So the one firing at Sarah is a 21.
Disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. This is why it's important that you guys know your own characters there. 21 again.
Jesus. Shield.
Well, hang on. So, okay. So your
No.
AC with the shadow skin is
16.
Okay.
It'd be in magic. My AC would be 21, so never mind.
well with cutting words though.
Oh.
Pogo, are you
All
going
right,
to your reaction to do so?
I don't have a reaction.
I'm still using my reaction cutting words. I noticed she's all fucked up, so I'm still gonna try to.
Okay. All right. So I mean,
make a big difference here.
as long as you roll a 1 or higher, which you can't roll less than, right, Sarah?
Nope. I don't have a reaction.
Oh, okay. So no shield. All right. So then that means
16.
yeah, you need to beat a 5 on your cutting words. Wait, hang on. Is cutting words where you roll it and it reduces their?
So I roll the die, which is one of my bardic inspiration, and it lowers their attack roll by that
Okay.
die.
Yeah. So as long as you roll a 5 or higher, then it'll work. Unfortunately,
Oh,
no.
bullshit. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Worth a try. Why not?
Yeah. All right. Damage to Sarah.
Oh boy. Oh, this could be real bad. Yep. Oh no. Ah, I'm
Still up?
good.
All right.
I'm still up. Thanks for that
Apply the
tiny
damage.
heal.
Apply the damage, and then you'll need to make the con save.
Alright. Come on. Oh, but I reroll once. Come on. Alright.
Hey, all right. All right, so that worked out. All right, now both of them are going to try to fire at Pogo. I'm going to say that since Pogo is kind of interposed, well, or Norok rather is interposed between Norok and Pogo, that one's going to end up aimed at Pogo and one's going to aim at Norok. Fair?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, at Pogo. 17.
Miss, bitch.
All right, and at Norok. 19, G.
Yeah, I think mine's 18.
No.
no,
No,
my
because you
haste
get a
is more
plus.
AC.
The plus
Yeah.
2 from haste or whatever?
Yeah, so it's my
What is-
20 right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
thank
right.
you.
So
Reminder.
both of those miss. All right, and now the remaining soldier is going to fly in. These are bugs; they don't have a lot of self-preservation, or drone-style bugs, anyways. Is going to
That's
fly
good.
in.
This is where we want them, anyways.
I figured it was probably your goal, but oh shit! Actually, let's see. No, that wouldn't be useful, and they have other things outside of that, and I just hadn't used them because the big bug was a bigger threat. That's fine. He's just gonna make a one talent attack at Pogo, one at Norok.
If he hits me, I'll use my reaction to hit him back.
Okay.
I have a 19 AC, so.
All right. So he just barely hits then on Pogo.
29? Nice.
29. All right. And now at Norok. 15. That will not hit her, I assume, G. Right.
Does not.
All right, so you deflect away its talons as it's trying to swing at you. It is now your turn if you want to swing back.
Oh, it's murder time.
To die.
No, aren't they after Norok? Shouldn't it be Artemis' turn?
Oh, shit. Did you already... Yeah, Ben, sorry, Ben. You already had your turn. That's correct. When I deleted him out of the initiative tracker, it messed up. It is Artemis' turn.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So what's left?
There's a soldier that is in front of you, well, in front of Norok in front of you, and then there are 3 drones off to the right that are basically eye level with you. The little drones are very easy to kill as long as you can hit them. They have very little hit points. The big soldier is a little more of a threat, but Norok is kind of in its way right now.
Okay, I'm gonna use my magic stones on the small ones.
Okay. You do get your healing spirit heal as well.
Oh, yes. Wish I could pin that.
You can just
Go
3d6.
back to it.
Yeah, it would be nice actually if there was... Oh, hang on. I added another thing. No, I don't think that'll work for you guys. When you click on yourself, Fox, do you see a little... Hang on. Does that... Can you just click that? No. Oh, shit. Well, when I clicked it, it took it off. It was concentration, so... you're still concentrating on it. Ignore that.
Oh, okay.
There's a little... You guys will see a little thing for any effects that are applied to you. You should see it up in the top right, up by where the... the top end of the... chat window is. Any effects you have like rage and
Okay,
stuff
but
like that
I was
should
able
come
to
up
click
there.
on the healing spirit and just put like features and then heal level.
That's
4.
okay. That's right. I forgot I'd put it in there for you too. Cool. All right. So 14 healing to you,
That's nice.
and then roll your magic stones. Uh, 16. These are 15. Yep. So that'll hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Do I have to roll for each of them individually, or?
Yeah, it's 3 separate attacks.
Yeah.
All right, but 9. That's enough. 22. That'll hit. Roll the damage for that one. 10, that'll do it. And the last one. Not with that. Unfortunately, not that third one. Bonus
Fine. At
actions,
least I
Fox?
got 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I don't really have any bonus, so I'm good.
Okay. All right, that'll bring us to Nazim.
Okay. All right, we got a nice Norok in between us. I'm just going to do the Eldritch Blast directly into this
Oh,
character.
Sorry, you also get your the healing spirit from Artemis, so Fox, if you want to roll that, you can go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast too, Sokka.
Okay,
Just didn't want to forget to get the healing for you.
not a problem. Beans, thank you. Let me add that in really quick.
Sure. All right, Josh.
So 8 plus 12. All right, 8 plus 12, thank you. Brings me up a little bit more. Not quite at death's door, but it's still hurting. Eldritch Blast, all target on that one unit.
All right, on the soldier.
Mm-hmm. All
Okay.
3.
Okay.
First attack.
Their AC is 15, so that'll hit.
Second attack.
That'll hit.
Third attack.
All right, all 3 hit. Go and roll your damage.
3 damage. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't think he'll survive that. Oh, the 29 was the attack roll. Okay. Let me take those off. Damage, and damage. He is still up, but he is well past bloodied. He doesn't have a lot left.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the gate because I think the gate's still up based on the icon I have.
Okay. I thought it was instantaneous. It might just be. Either
And
way.
then I will move backwards behind this podium
Okay.
where the gate was, and I'm good to go.
That one does stay up, so it is on your turn. You could rotate the rings as a bonus. That you can actually move them around a little bit too. That's interesting. Cool. Your other one, like Dimension Door or whatever it is, that one's just instant, but the Arcane Gate does have a permanent.
Nine minutes, I think, or 10 minutes, I think.
Okay, cool. You guys actually use that up at the top of the mountain too, if I remember right. I think you'd use that to get everybody across to the pit.
Big old pit, yeah.
Yeah. All right, that it for Nazim.
That's it.
All right, that brings us to Sarah.
Alright, so we're gonna firebolt this little guy down here.
All right.
Seriously?
Back to back, because you just had one in your last turn too. But the re-roll was still not great. Unfortunately, Firebolt goes flying right past it.
Uh-huh. Fuck. I don't have any sorcery points left, and none of my bonus actions will do anything without dropping haste. So, we're just gonna...
You run to the
What are you
healing
gonna do?
spirit.
Can I make it to the healing spirit?
No, it's up a
Maybe not.
ledge. You'd have to climb it. Yeah, a little bit more movement you'd be able to.
If only you weren't a halfling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got little legs.
I got little legs.
Then I'm just going to go over here, so I'm at least closer to
Okay.
the group. So when I drop, someone can bring me back. That's my turn. I got 5 hit points.
All right.
Oh, that's plenty.
All right. Over to Pogo.
All right. Well, fuck that last turn bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on this dumb bug right in front of me.
Okay,
as my
he's definitely
action.
wounded, so you get the upper side.
Saving throw DC 18.
All right. With
Damn.
a 22.
And
Uh,
I think there's nothing.
yeah, it's
that-
nothing. There's no.
Okay. That's all right. Spiritual Banjo will move up and attempt his attack as well.
Okay. Spiritual Banjo MVP this game.
He's been doing pretty good. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, he killed two of the ones last time, I think, and then one this time so far. So
It's just a pain in the ass to click on each time.
really?
Got more steps compared to.
Oh, because you have
Those
to
things.
bring the thing up. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
I can do.
Only 6 damage for that one though.
I can put it in the character sheet so that you can just double click on the banjo to do it
Oh,
instead.
it's no big deal. So
Okay.
it's not that hard. It just takes
All right.
a couple of minutes.
All right, so 6 damage to him. Not enough to kill him, but he is definitely in very rough shape.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use my movement to, seeing Sarah's pretty fucked up, I'm gonna go ahead and jump down and get in front of her, blocking her from the little flying fucker.
The drone? Okay.
But I
All
can't
right.
move through the wall in the way.
I'll get you. As you leap off of the edge down to the deck below, it does take a swipe at you with its talons for a 22.
That will hit.
All right, that is.
Don't worry, guys. I took his reaction away. So if anyone else needs to go past him.
Anybody that well, I mean,
Oh,
Norak's
wait,
sitting in front of him. So.
You know what? Real quick, let me double check wing bracers. Nope, I already used my bonus action. Nope, that's cool. If I
Right.
use those instead of the banjo, I would.
Oh, for disengage or whatever.
Uh,
So 27 to you then for that, and you are. That was only 15 to get down there.
yeah, I'm gonna get right next to Sarah and
Okay.
just kind of block if this other little one in front of us tries to
Yeah,
attack.
that's since she's of similar size, you can easily
Yep.
block the target there. That's fine. All right, that'll bring us to Norak then. What you doing, Holmes?
Murder!
Try to do the usual Norak special and finish off this soldier right in front of me.
All right, he is already torn in half and close to its last evisceration here.
Master here.
All right.
Vulcan. Will reckless. Have a good time.
28, that'll still hit. With the, oh, it was advantage attack. Never mind, I was thinking it was disadvantage. But yeah, 28 will definitely hit. Ugh. Well, it's still plus 10 because you were doing Great Weapon Master, right?
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think it added that.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it's 7, so it'll be 17 total damage.
That's not a very good hit then.
Considering, still alive.
Okay, I'll try again.
Yep. Uh, 25, that'll hit. 15, all right. You bring the axe down first at its talon that had just tried to swipe at you after swiping it at Pogo as he jumped by. And with its arm extended, you bring the axe down against the carapace where it connects in, cleaving it off. The creature begins to fall away, losing its balance, and then tumbles off the side down to the ground below. It is gone. There's one itty-bitty little drone left. That's it.
Make my way over there.
Okay.
For my
Well,
second action.
Depending on what you want to do here, you have a choice that is ranged now. That was kind of why, that was an option for you.
Yeah,
So you
that's
didn't
true.
only have melee options, you finally have a ranged option. It's not great, but it's something.
And I'm going to do... Lightning Blast. Just regular, not powered this time.
Okay. Yeah, you already
No.
spent some of your attacks, so you can't do the full one, but...
I have them targeted already, don't I?
Yep. Alright, DC 18. It failed, finally.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll the damage. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Alright. The last bug blasted out of the sky. The deck is of course covered in bug guts, but beyond that, the threat has subsided. You are now free to lick your wounds. Turn the
Sarah's
combat
just
track
gonna
off.
lean up against the wall and just ask someone for a drink. Like we have wine or something in the bag of holding, right?
We can
We
make
gotta- we
one.
can make
I
it.
think so,
Yeah.
We can
You
make
got-
it.
You have your alchemy jug still.
Yep,
Yeah.
she's just gonna sit there and get drunk.
Just because I've
Everything
got
hurts.
one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on you real quick.
Thank
So I can do
you.
21 more hit points.
Ah, yay, double digits.
Been a while.
Alright, guys, what the fuck was that? Where did it come from? And why was this thing fighting us in the desert? Does anyone know why this thing was even after us?
It was alive,
Um,
right? So it was alive, Amora.
Is it hunting us? Like, is it just like, food? 'Cause that's strange to me.
See too many living giant bug airships flying through the desert that are as big as
Like, you think,
as it is. Excuse me.
there's no way this is its natural prey. Like, it's not like this is just what
Yeah.
it feeds on, is spaceship things. Oh,
There's a whole bunch of these out in the desert.
I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna run back in, realizing, oh fuck! I'm gonna go tell Mazin,
Mizan?
whatever his name is,
Mizan, yeah.
Mizan, that we don't need to go into space anymore, unless
Okay.
anyone. Are we still going to space? Because I don't really. If you don't have to,
I don't think so. I think we just gotta go back to the keep, right?
well, should we
Yeah,
go
I
to
think we
space?
have to go
I don't.
back to the
I'm thrown off. My whole brain is just thrown off.
Okay, I'm gonna upcast my healing spirit.
You still the healing spirit still had 5 rounds left on it. So if you want to roll
5 rounds?
3d6, yeah, 3d6. So I guess 18d6 for you, Norok, and Nazim.
Well, I'll fucking run up there too if it's doing that.
That's fair. I would say that's between Sarah and Pogo. You guys could make your
I'll
turn up or
fucking-
make
I'll
your time up
fucking-
there. So
Pull Sarah over there, or she's still got a broom and fly up there. Real
Well,
quick.
she
Is
came
it-
to the bag of holding,
Yeah.
so she'll be close to it. So 77.
that's true to get her
Sure.
drink. So 77 healing to everybody then.
Oh, fucking.
Yay! Oh my god, thank you.
Thank you.
So that is the rest of
yeah,
that
thank you.
minute.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's the rest of that spirit, so we're good then. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know those things could have those little babies come out their back. That's kind of a little more terrifying now that they can do that. Every time I've never seen that when we've encountered them. They've just been flying around as giant things.
Well,
but I've never seen that.
Maybe it's only the live ones that can do that. Maybe the dead ones can't.
I mean, I'd assume. Oh, that's right, because they are kind of brought back from
They're
the dead.
reanimated, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that
don't
makes
they don't they don't procreate when they're
They don't
dead.
have reproductive organs.
Yeah,
Are we
Sarah hit
still
the nail
over
on the head there.
desert? I know we just.
You
left.
are.
We're
Yeah,
still in the
you're over. Actually, in fact, if I can do this without fucking it up, you guys were over the kind of deserty mountain or mountainy deserty upland deserts, Nevada style, or Eastern Oregon style. But now you would be back over the sandy area as you continue to travel at
So
decent high rate speed.
Pogo's never been super into flora and fauna as far as studying that nature,
Mhm.
but he has traveled a lot. Would he know anything about these things, or at all? And if he doesn't, he's going to ask the group. But if anyone knows, just out of his own personal curiosity.
Sure. Having traveled in Vabi, yeah, you would be aware of what they are. You probably had never seen one before, the Crow Fort, and those are obviously the dead version. So yeah, you'd have a familiarity at least of what the creature was. Yes.
Interesting. Because I'm looking over the edge, and I'm just wondering what the fuck it was trying to do. Like, I don't understand that this is such a weird thing, right? Do you think it was? Did we do something?
Maybe we passed through its territory and it was just like, get the fuck out.
Oh, that makes sense. So it was just territorial as opposed to like, oh, I'm gonna go eat that thing that's the same size as me.
Could
We
be.
don't see that a lot in nature, like, generally. Oh. You know what it reminded me of? Have you guys ever had a fig?
I would assume Sarah had a fig.
You talking about those little wasp things?
Yeah, so figs, do you know that a wasp flies inside a fig, dies, becomes melted inside, and like the flower of the fig, and then that's what becomes the fig. You're eating just like a dead liquid wasp.
Bunches of them.
Right.
It's not one.
That's what it reminds me of when we saw that thing coming out. So if you like figs,
I'll never be eating them again.
I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh shit, we just
Nope.
ruined figs for Becky? No,
gross.
for real, it's not one. Well, I mean, it's
This isn't
one.
even a photo bullshit thing. This is just how figs work. Why
Yeah.
they don't,
I
vegans
would have to
decide make them
concur
fig,
because I had a huge fig tree in my backyard when I bought the house, and we constantly had wasps around there. And,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
they're
that's true.
they're a special kind of wasp. They crawl up inside it, and that's how they germinate. Basically, they create the fruit by doing that, and it's multiple. It's not just one. Like if you cut them open, there's 5 or 6 that are in each individual fruit.
So vegans don't know if that's really a vegan food or not.
That's fair. It
True.
is a
There's
bug,
like
technically.
some
Yeah.
vegans are like, well, it's a big debate in the community. So all I can think of is that's a real stupid debate.
It is, yeah.
Fucking stupid.
There was actually a study just a few days ago too about insects having like pain receptors and actually having feeling, like so. There's a certain amount of. There's always been, of course, question about whether bugs actually have the ability to feel pain if you're, a child ripping the wings off of a fly and that kind of thing, or just smashing them. But
Good. I scream horrible things at wasp nests at my house while I spray them down. I hope they felt every word.
Yeah. Hate 'em.
they hurt their feelings too, not just their physical body. All right.
So anyways, that's what that reminded me of. That thing coming and just trying to attack us there is a good story for anyone. I love figs. I'll keep eating figs. I don't mind. Next time if we're talking about food, we'll talk about blood pudding or like something like that. Blood
Wait,
sausage.
what did I kind of miss about fig?
Are you serious, Fox? You missed all of that?
Wow.
You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, it's probably best that
Like, I've never had figs, but like my headache just kind of spiked, and I'm just like dazed.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
are
Jess.
you a vegan?
No.
All right. I mean, it doesn't concern you too much then, really. Anyways,
The fruit itself is, I think it's germinated. would be
now
the
that I've
correct word,
heard
but-
that, and that makes sense to me, I am now going to go tell Mizan to not take it into space. So I'm going to go ahead and head inside the ship.
Okay.
I'll let everyone know, like, we'll just stay, at a more comfortable height, maybe. And then
Okay, so I was going to ask that because you guys were flying around 500 feet above the rocky desert. Now that you're down out of the mountains, are you going to keep
500
elevation or
feet
just what's
a
that?
bit low. Should we go up to like 800, 1,000? It's not like the air is going to change in 1,000 feet. We'll still
Yeah, we
breathe.
might have been too low and it.
Yeah, I didn't realize
like
we were like
that.
500 feet. I mean,
Five-
I'm very small.
500
to
is
begin with,
pretty
so
high
it's
up.
not like 1,000.
500 is pretty high up. I mean, that's skyscraper height.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit a building at 500. You could.
If you're flying through a fucking city, you're flying over a desert. You're not flying through New York.
Yeah. But you know what?
Alright.
I feel like an arrow can an arrow shoot 500 feet? I feel like it can.
Longbow, yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll go up to 1,000. At least that makes it trickier to
Alright.
us a bit. Catapult will have trouble hitting us at 1,000 fucking feet. So.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you that as you guys are traveling over the desert, you do see often, in the far distance, not anything nearby, more of those, sand moving, and it's clear that something is under there. Now you kind of know what they are. I mean, you had known before anyways, but anytime you've flown over the desert, you have seen the sand moving like, the shiny loot, like the sand.
We're going to like 6,000.
Oh, okay. So it was just literally the sand.
So these things, that's what the moving sand things were. It was one of those fucking things.
You guys, I've told you that every time you guys have gone over the desert or near the desert that you've seen the sand moving, that the sand literally relocates over time, and it's
then
because
that means we should fly up until we see the curvature of the Earth, just in case they like to jump up. Because if they want to jump up, then we're right there. We're
that
good.
is what you. Yeah, you guys didn't. Go ahead.
Pogo's very nervous about going that high. I don't know what it is. Something about his not like. It's just not natural. Would seem very unnatural for us to go higher than like mountains and things like that.
The last time we were in space, it was great. I'm gonna go crawl back in my room if we're not going in there.
Sarah's
Right.
probably not
Can we
too
go to
excited about
space
going high
then?
either.
All right, we'll go to space. We'll keep going. I'll go prive Mizan that the threat is gone. I hurt the ship a little bit. Does my healing magic work on the ship?
Yeah. You've at least seen healing magic work on the ship.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just go to where I
Where you thunderstepped?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've only got. I'm gonna cast this twice. Normal. One more. I think that's about how much damage. That should be more than the damage I did to it.
That's probably right about, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a significant loss either way with those. So.
And then I'm going to go ahead and let Mizan know where we're at, and that we're going to go ahead and keep heading to space if he thinks it's safe, and we're going to continue heading back to the Crow Fort.
We're talking just upper atmosphere, right? Not all the way into space.
Just whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
all right.
what we're going to do for the while.
All right. Well, then you guys make your way up. It is now that the sun has, started to crest, especially now that you're really high up, of course, has crested over the mountains to the east where Morvok and the Miotau are. But you are high enough up that you're actually getting sunlight. The morning, dawn essentially has come. You did all just have your long rest and then had that. So, I mean, you've already had your long rest for the day is what I'm getting at. If you choose to take a short rest now, you can. Sako, a whole bunch of your things come back on a short rest, for example, but that's up to you on if you guys want to do so.
Yeah, I'm down for a short rest since we have some time.
Yeah, I mean, you basically have time to kill now anyway, so up to you on what you guys want to do.
I'm gonna practice my stealth by sneaking up on people.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Just a stealth check. Really, that's as fast as it'll go.
Love it.
I zoomed the map out, and now you can see the tessellation. Is it the right word? All right.
I'm really excited about our new table. I'm gonna spend my short rest and a bunch of the rest of the time this day counting all the fucking money.
Okay, all right.
You got so much fucking money.
Yeah, you did do a nice tomb raid. So gold bars, stacking all of them up, you've already had an idea, I guess, of what that's going to sell for. As you guys had learned before, just as a reminder for you as the players, any of the stuff that you took out of there is going to sell for more money if you sell it in Vabby than if you sell it to a collector outside of Vabby.
Yeah, well, I think that's why we were gonna ask. I think my EB to help with that.
Sure. Yeah, just keep that in mind, so you guys have an idea of the value of them. Just in gold value, the bars are worth around 30,000 if you sell them in Vabby. You'd probably take maybe a 20% cut to sell them elsewhere. There are multiple small boxes and small collections of jewelry like brooches and rings and things like that. None of any particular import beyond the value of the artifact, essentially. So beyond that, they're just, they're not magical, I guess is what I'm getting at. So small art items like some statuettes and gold fittings and inlays and things like that. There are those there's two of them, gold dragons, like little statuettes of gold dragons with red garnets for the eyes, and then some other small silver pieces. There's a silver. Actually, no, you didn't take that. There was a silver-plated longsword that was too big for anybody except for Norok to use. Also, was not magical. It was ornamental, but you didn't take that.
Oh.
So it didn't. Again, it would have just been a big chunk of valuable metal, not magical. But Arteme did grab an ancient scroll case that looks like that could be potentially useful, although you were warned by Sarah about touching it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna use gloves when I go to open it.
okay. You know what? Before you do that, make an intelligence check, Arteme.
Oh jeez.
You did also. Arteme had gathered some medicinal herbs and everything when you guys were at the Caldera Lake.
Oh yeah, I'd gotten a lot of them.
Yep. You had like an hour or so. So shit. I'll be right back, guys. Give me just a minute. Break time. Got to take a quick break.
Cool. Great job, everybody. I'm gonna go grab some fumes.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick.
Quick smoke break.
Smoke, man, you got him.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yo.
You.
Sorry about that. OG. Everybody else still breaking?
I believe so.
I'm here.
Okay.
Becky's here.
Go, dude. All right. You said Becky's here, G? Or Becky's still smoking?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So just Fox then. Yeah, I think that add-on is working again for the break time majig here. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Is it that one? No, that's just me. There we go. Oh shit, that's a really annoying noise. Go ahead and click the "I'm back" for everybody there, and then when Fox hits that window. I have a fucking overnight, not tomorrow night, Monday night into Tuesday to do a big AVPN migration. I don't actually have to do any of the hard stuff, but you know, the networking guys, all basically my team, the same department. Not the guys that work for me, but the other ones in my department there. Anyways, we're doing the AVPN migration, but we have to have people, you know, to actually test all the applications after the network migration is done to make sure that everything still works. So it'll be, you know, a huge conference call from 11:30 until probably 7 or 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. And then I still have to work all day Tuesday, and work Monday as well. So it's going to be a long fucking week. But my newbies are doing great. A lot of work the last couple of weeks getting them trained, but they're doing good.
Found some
Good deal.
morons.
No, I mean, obviously had a good pick of people anyway, so wouldn't choose people that couldn't handle the job. But one of them is a little on the young side and still a little bit new, but you know he's learning quick. And then the other one's been an experienced tech. He's been with the company for 16 years. I've been with 11, so I mean he's been longer than me even, and you know deserved the opportunity to jump up, and he's already doing great. So been training on PowerShell for the last couple of weeks to teach them how to do deployments and stuff like that. It's been fun. Come on, Fox. I would say we could, go ahead and get started and catch her up, but it's her scroll case. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to leave that up on the screen so that Fox can click it when she gets back. What's everybody else doing in the meantime? It's 7 a.m. in the morning. You guys are still traveling. You know that it'll probably be there. You guys should arrive probably 9 a.m. ish.
Counting all
The next
money.
day or the same day?
Like a couple hours from now.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been traveling all night, so. What was it, Pogo?
Sorry. How long does
You
it take
have
to
a
count
stack
up all
on-
the money?
I mean, honestly, with that much, like just kind of factoring in how much stuff there is, it probably would take you a good half hour or so.
I'm gonna do that. Take a short rest.
All right.
I think I'm just gonna hang out. Yeah, eat some
Okay.
food. I'm gonna find.
Alright.
Do we have any food on board? Does anyone have any food? Because I do not have food. I'm gonna be poking around y'all if you have any food.
I've got rations.
Yeah, some dried meat. Yeah, I'll have some dried meat.
Alright, I've also got a
alright? Can I
dice
have
set,
one?
so yeah, go for
Alright,
it.
beef
So I'm
jerky
just gonna
stick?
be
Can
playing.
I
rollies
slap?
with-
Can I snap into your Slim Jim?
Don't forget that alchemy jug can make a whole lot of mayonnaise. If anybody's real hungry.
That's too much mayonnaise. Come on now.
I mean, anything more than like a teaspoon is too much mayonnaise. All right. So Fox, you're back too. I guess mayonnaise is just all fat. Yeah, so I guess that would make sense for that to
No
be keto.
oil.
Yeah, well, fat, but it's still oil
It's
though.
just
It's all
eggs
eggs
and
and oil.
oils, pretty
Yeah,
much.
so protein and
Eggs
oil,
and
or protein and
oil,
fat
baby.
rather. Yeah. All right.
Everything a growing boy needs.
Crazy
So,
white people stuff.
what'd you?
I said it's crazy white people stuff.
Yeah.
You
It's
can
funny
use it
that
as
in our
a
family.
sexual lubricant in a pinch.
Gross.
Oh God, that smell. That's. Oh, no, thank you. All right, Arteme, being very careful, using gloves and some assistance with mage hands nearby where needed. You do very, very gingerly kind of rotate the cap off of the scroll case. It's just one of those, pressure fit leather cases, basically, like a map or, scroll case, obviously. Lifting it off, you can see some things inside there. You're going to have to, very carefully extricate them without damaging what is obviously some paper, some ancient papyrus, really, that's wrapped around a central pillar inside of the thing. I'm going to say that being very careful about that. I love that intro. Being very careful about pulling these things out of there. Go ahead and make a dexterity check with advantage, because you've kind of practiced, having worked with your aunt and everything, on being careful about these. Kind of similar archaeological artifacts and everything. You've had practice with it, so we'll give it advantage there.
Okay.
That'll do. Okay. All right. So you do carefully pull the scroll out. That is going to be very difficult to read. Obviously, it's a language that you're not familiar with, and then it's on top of that, it is written in an arcane. It's a call it a Vabian dialect, essentially a Moorish dialect of an arcane scrawling all over the scroll. It's obviously spell research of some sort that you're not necessarily familiar with. But the other objects that were inside the scroll case that the scroll itself was surrounding, you pull out a petrified wooden ankh about 6 inches tall. You know what an ankh is, everybody?
No.
Yeah, cross with the circle at the top, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you've seen what you would consider an Egyptian cross to look like, where it looks like a Christian cross, except the top portion of it, the top of the T, is like a teardrop shape. That's an ankh.
Okay.
Yeah, you've probably seen them before. You may not have known the name, but anyways, a wooden ankh that is petrified wood. It's basically stone now, but it would have been wood at one point. Clearly magical. It is engraved. It's cut into it in multiple places with these kind of thin runic lines all over it. So you don't necessarily know what it does yet, but it is obviously of significant value, and you can just tell by feeling that it feels very powerful. I'll tell you that the crown on your head feels of a similar nature, not necessarily the same function, but of a power level, let's say. There's also an opulent golden scepter that the scroll itself was wrapped around, that was the same length as the scroll case. It was basically the central pillar of the scroll case. And there's a dragon's head in the top of it. Like the top of the scepter is a very, very gaudy, like you'd probably be embarrassed to have this thing out in public kind of thing. It looks that ridiculous. That amount of shiny gold, Trump level goldish, with a dragon's head at the top of it. And there are 2 very dark purple sapphires for the eyes in it. And then there's also at the bottom, there's something jingling, and you have to kind of empty the case, tip the case over and kind of shake it to get it loose. Yeah, that's an ankh. The centerpiece is an ankh there. The last thing in the bottom that was kind of jingling is, I don't know what these are called, so I'm going to try to describe it. It's basically like a jewelry piece that is worn over the ear that covers from like lobe over to the top of the ear, but it's just like it just covers the back part of the ear. Do you guys understand what I'm describing there?
They're like ear cuff things.
Yeah, cuff. There we go. That's what I was looking for, like an ear cuff. Yeah. So I knew there had to be a good name for it, but I couldn't think of what it was. But essentially, yeah, it's like a royal golden ear cuff thing with a dangling bit that looks like an earring, but it's not. The part doesn't go in through the ear; it just kind of sits over your ear. That is obviously magical as well. All 3 of those items are clearly of significant, high-level magical value.
Okay. Was Sarah still in her room?
No, I was out wherever the main area is with Pogo, sharing rations and just rolling some dice.
Oh, okay. I'll go find her and ask her. Like, I'll try and sneak up on them, and then I'll ask. Then I'll make my presence known after, and the sneak is successful, and then ask her if she could identify them.
Okay. Make a perception check, Sarah. And Pogo, technically, if Pogo's paying attention there.
Sure, why not?
We'll use the same check from earlier, Fox. So.
Probably not.
Yeah, Pogo, you hear an attempt to be stealthy by Arteme sneaking up.
Okay, but you can't hear me with my elven voice.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. All right. Well, you can't
you
hear
can hear
footsteps.
the rustling of the clothes, but can't hear the footsteps.
Yeah, not the footsteps. All right, that's fair. So you still detect her anyways by breathing or something, but she's there.
I'm not I'm not gonna care.
You probably don't expect she's gonna stick a knife in you or anything.
No,
so-
like-
Oh no! I'm just trying to practice my stealth to get like my.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
glance at her, and then is she doing the thing like from Emperor's New Groove, where she's like da 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 da, like
And saying it out loud too.
or like Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's just like, you couldn't see me, I wasn't moving, I was.
I've practiced the art of being so perfectly
No.
still that I turn invisible.
There's 3 things I have to identify.
Yes, please.
And each of them are going to take 11 minutes, so it'll be a little bit of time here. Okay.
Okay. We're
So
still
far, no
good.
breaking.
One more. We're good.
All right. There is also the scroll. Arteme, what are you doing with the scroll? Let me ask it that way, I guess.
Well, I'm still gonna be careful to not actually touch it and ask her to try to identify it. I'll also give her a pair of gloves to do so.
Okay.
The scroll isn't magical, right?
Correct. I'll tell you that, Sarah, as soon as you grab the scroll, you recognize it. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured that you would have an idea of what this was. It is in a similar vein. It's not quite as advanced in research. I'll tell you, though, that because of the more translatable, I guess, language, that now that you're more familiar with it, you do recognize that this is a functional. The one that you gave over to Corin Xantilus was very much in research and more advanced than this. It was basically, it was taking this and this spell that you now have in your hands here and modifying it to be even more capable, let's say. And this is the kind of more standardized version of it. So you could potentially use this were you powerful enough to be able to cast a spell. It is the spell Gate, Gate. It is extremely high level. It is beyond your capabilities currently, but it is not the kind of experimental version that you would given over to Corin Xantilus. This is the regular version, basically.
Alright, so I'll explain what the scroll is, and when I get strong enough to cast that, I would like to copy that down in my book, if that's alright with Arteme.
Yeah, I'm also gonna copy it down. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't.
Sorry, what is it? Pogo
Okay,
needs
so
to.
use it.
Pogo's not sure he understands what the spell is. What do you mean?
Alright, hang on. I actually have to look up Gate spell because I don't remember exactly what it does.
I'll leave it to you to describe it in narrative for Pogo too. So instead of just telling you as the DM.
Thanks. There you go. Alright.
Well,
Alright, so you conjure a portal linking an unoccupied space you can see within range to a precise location on a different plane of existence. The portal is a circular opening which you can make 5 to 20 feet in diameter. You can orient the portal in any direction you choose. The portal lasts for the duration. The portal has a front and a back on each plane where it appears. Travel through the portal is possible only by moving through its front. Anything that does so is instantly transported to the other plane, appearing in the unoccupied space nearest to the portal. Deities and other planar rulers can prevent portals created by this spell from opening in their presence or anywhere within their domains. When you cast a spell, you can speak the name of a specific creature. A pseudonym, title, or nickname does not work if that creature is on a plane other than the one you are on. The portal opens in the named creature's immediate vicinity and draws the creature through it to the nearest unoccupied space on your side of the portal. You gain no special power over the creature and is free to act as a GM deems appropriate. It's got a 60-foot range.
I think could pull through anything whose name you know from any other dimension.
Yep, it's got a 60-foot range.
Hang on,
concentration and lasts
hang on.
per minute.
okay,
Wow.
yeah, that's okay.
But it can also
Pogo,
float it.
was that Justin or was Pogo saying that?
No, that's Justin. I'm curious
Okay.
about.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to say that because of Sarah's, let's say, accelerating acquisition of knowledge here about these kinds of things due to the communications with Corin Xantilus here, there's a chance for Sarah to understand something important there. So, Sarah, would you make an Arcana check with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Justin, you said something out loud, and I was going to say, well, if Pogo said that, that might automatically give Sarah the recognition of something that might be important there. But oh well, not with that.
But wait.
Oh, all right, 22 is better. Okay, 22 is better. As you kind of study how this spell must function and realize the importance, let's say, of a name. It kind of dawns on you that there are certain creatures that you don't know the correct name of, that you only know, I say creatures, I mean individuals, that you know by multiple different nicknames. And that might dawn on you that there's a specific reason that they may be, careful about people actually knowing their real names, and this may be why.
Yeah, but Corin Xantos would know.
He knows that most certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's absolutely above that. But there's been a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like dancing around, not telling you names from specific. Ozzy hasn't told you names. Corin Xantos hasn't told you names, and you know multiple different nicknames of a few different important people.
Pepper Jack hasn't told us his name. He's probably one of the ones.
It's probably him, yeah. I'm just saying that would dawn on you as you're studying this spell and how it must function. That obviously would be an important thing to know. A high-level creature's actual name is something very important that they secretly guard. All right, so yeah, that scroll though is the actual functional version of it. It's not the experimental research version that you would give in Corin Xantos. That one is more advanced than this one. I will tell you too, this gate spell is a 9th level spell, so that scroll is higher level than that. What's that?
I said I saw that, and it requires 5,000 gold pieces worth of diamond.
That makes sense. I was just thinking. I was thinking about that.
You could keep the scroll.
You could definitely keep the scroll. Hey, we could cast it 6 times if we sold our gold.
Why would we want to do that, though?
I don't know.
I mean, if we ever have to go to another plane, it's not a bad thing to have, just in case.
Yeah.
Pogo's actually never been to another plane, so that whole thought actually kind of frightens him a little bit. Have you been to another plane?
You have been to another plane.
Oh, I haven't?
It happened in game actually. You had an important meeting with someone when you were dead.
Yeah, well, I didn't like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Why would I want to pay to go to a place like that?
Is there like a sexy plane? I mean, you know what? I'll wait till we get back to the thing. That when we get back to our home base, I'm gonna do some research on sexy planes.
You know what? I'm gonna say that Pogo would know that there are lust demons, Lust demons, and they must come from somewhere. So makes sense. As far as the other items, though, that was just the scroll. Again, the scroll itself is not a magical function. You can't use it beyond copying it and then casting it as a spell. If you were to cast it from the scroll just disintegrates. But if you copy it into your spell books first, then you can.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll make a copy of it in my spell book. Not that I'm ever gonna actually plan on using it.
I'll tell you that if you attempt to copy it now without the capability of being able to cast it, there's a high risk of it failing and the scroll disintegrating. So it's one of those.
I'll wait then.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just want to hang on to basically until your odds are better, and then try copying because it will be a low chance of success right now.
Wait, can druids even learn gate?
You can't. No, it's a wizard spell.
Okay, so I'm definitely just gonna give it to Sarah for safekeeping then.
Okay. It is a wizard spell, but it is an arcane school, so both Nazim and Sarah would have the capability of casting it eventually.
Okay, so they could you both use it to copy it later.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right. The other items, though, the Ankh is an arc. In fact, 2 of them, the Scepter and the Ankh, are both arcs. Arcs are the extremely powerful magical items that are like a singular. They serve a singular purpose. Usually, it's utilitarian. Like the Older Rock, the little castle rook-shaped thing that you guys pulled off of the ship when Pogo first joined, and you guys took back to the Crow Fort, and they used that to amplify their magic to raise the Crow Fort. Remember?
Yeah.
That thing that Pogo acted all weird and tried to steal and run away from you guys with. These objects are similar to that. They don't have that same kind of weird greed, although you don't necessarily know the long-term effects of carrying either of them. But both the Ankh and the Scepter are those kinds of extremely high-level. Your Wood Sage's Chorus is another kind of a high-level magical item that is meant
so
to.
What do those do?
The Ankh rather. Is a sign of protection, and it has at least 2 magical effects that you can essentially either amplify if you have the spell itself or cast through it as an object once per day. One of them would effectively be a very strong force field that would prevent any magic from being able to get in through it. It is the anti-magic field spell effect. The other function of that Ankh there is a nature-based or a natural kind of fortress, just like very similar to your tree, let's say, but a much larger. It's literally the Spell Mighty Fortress. I'm just druidifying it a bit.
Oh, nice. Ooh, I want to keep it. I want to keep that.
You guys can fight over these however you want. The other Ankh the Scepter, with the dragon head with the what's the word I'm looking for? The sapphires in the kind of dark purple sapphires.
amethyst.
When well, they're sapphires specifically for a reason, but they're kind of a
Okay.
dark purple one. Sapphires can actually be any color. A ruby is just a red sapphire. It's not a special gemstone. It's just a sapphire. But sapphires can be any color. Anyway, there's a kind of dark purple sapphires that are in there, in the eyes of it. When held out and utilized, will create a very large. You haven't seen it yet. What the
Sorry, Pogo did not know the thing about sapphires.
all right? Just another thing about sapphires, and Pogo was a transitive
Justin
property.
accepted your answer, but Pogo just doesn't know this.
All right.
I'm still on the roll.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So the scepter, when held out and used in a certain way, let's say, will create a very large. You don't necessarily know what the shadowy creature would be, but it will create an illusory shadowy creature out of it that is extremely aggressive and protective. It'll create a shadow creature essentially for you, and then.
Does anybody want the scepter?
I mean, if nobody else does.
It is
I'll play
definitely
around with
Sorcanal. It is attuned to Sorcanal, which Pogo says. And Pogo, Nazim, Sarah. Well, really, I guess everybody except for Nora could potentially use it.
How heavy
Poor
is-
Norak.
All right, G.
Sorry.
Yep, sorry, Ben. And then the last item here, the ear cuff thing. Thanks, I need to mark
forgot
that
that.
down. Yeah, the cuff here. Go ahead.
Do I need to? No, I already rolled for the cuff, right?
Yeah, you rolled for all 4 of them already. So,
Yeah. Oh,
or well, 3 plus the gate scroll. The ear cuff is this one is it's not an arc, but it is a magical item that is invested with 3 very powerful spells. It has 3 charges remaining. The charges can be used for any of the spells, meaning you don't. There's 3 different spells in it. You can cast the same one 3 times. Doesn't matter. There's only 3 charges and it can't be recharged. It is Feeble Mind, Clone, and Demi-Plane that are stored in it. And those are the regular version of them, and they're cast as an 8th level spellcaster.
And that one probably doesn't require attunement, right?
It does not.
Since they're one-offs.
But can you
sorry.
put other spells in it after?
No, once the
What-
charges are out, it just becomes a regular ear cuff. It doesn't have any further charge to it, and it can't be recharged. But
Kinda
those
like
are those are 8th level spells actually. So they are very powerful spells. But the limitation is that once you use 3 charges of it, regardless of which spells you use, you could use 2 of one and 1 of the other, 1 of each, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it has those 3 spells. I'll put them in the chat for you.
Aw,
Okay,
that kind of
I was gonna say.
sucks.
You got to use them before you lose them, though.
I got to tell you guys, Justin will well, Ben, shit, I guess in this case it's everybody except for Fox probably that has played classic RPGs. Back in the day, with old like NES and SNES RPGs, you would get a bajillion like consumable items that were one-time use, and at least me, and I think Ben definitely too,
Never use
just never fucking use them, hoard them the entire game, and then sometimes they were super powerful and would, if you had used them, would made a boss fight so much easier.
But
I'll tell
you
you
don't
that.
want to lose it, so you
Yeah.
just never
But-
use it.
Well,
The
I
that's
worst
can do it
of,
without
like-
using it, just in case I need it later. Then you're at the final boss.
And
Yeah.
then in a lot of them, they level like you'll get like a I don't know, a jar of lightning or something, and you're like, well, I'll just save it. But then like 8 levels further, that jar of light, now you find like a hammock of lightning that's 5 times stronger.
Yeah.
So now I do nothing with all these jars of lightning. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you just have piles and piles of these consumable items that you never use. But I'll tell you that you guys actually have a couple of other
I've
consumable
got
items
the ink
too.
of mimetic duplication, and I've been
Yeah.
sitting on it because I don't want to burn through all the charges on what
That's
I
it.
should do, honestly,
gotta save it for the broom level.
I should be using it when Norak fucking rocks a killer attack. That's really
Well,
the
I mean,
best way to do it.
another like the last fight with the Amora Queen there, when Nazim did 6 Eldritch Blasts back to back, like that fucking ripped the thing in half. You know what I mean? Like any big hit that even if you
And
don't
that-
plan for it
that would still
beforehand.
only been 2 charges out of the 10 because it would have
Yeah.
been still a normal standard action as opposed to a high level spell or anything.
Yeah.
But I can use ink of mimetic duplication to like simulate a high level spell. It just eats up the charges. It only has 10 total.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys have some good consumable items that in tough situations could probably get you out of it a little easier if you needed to. You haven't, you guys have been
We still have that little
resourceful about it.
fairy too, don't we?
That's kind of the one I was actually getting at,
Oh,
because that
okay.
one, as
I
a
don't
reminder, yeah, you have Sparkle Sand's sister in a flower.
You can do a minor, what's it called?
Lesser
Minor
wish. Yeah, lesser wish. Yep. So
Mhm.
that is extremely powerful. I was kind of, I didn't want to hint at it when you guys were in a really rough situation, only because that's, if I tell you, hey, remember you've got that lesser wish when Norok's about to die or something, that tips the hand too much. But try to remind you guys here because it has been a couple
Who's got
of
that
years.
shit anyways?
Yeah.
Who in character? Who does anyone remember who has that little fairy thing? know
I
it's
do because you guys almost squished it.
Well,
And
it's
one
not
of
in a
you
bag.
want to put in the bag of holding, and it does not go in the bag of
No,
holding.
we didn't want to. Oh, wait, is it just flying around her? Have we been able to see it the whole time?
No, it's not flying. It's
It's in
asleep.
my bag.
It's asleep inside of a
That's
flower.
it.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
flower. It's asleep inside a flower. I was just curious in case we run into some situation where we need to use that.
Yeah, I'm the one who has it.
Good to know.
All right. Well, with all of that and the time spent basically going over these magic items and identifying, discussing, and so on, you know what? I guess I don't know that it's going to come up where you guys are going right now. But who is carrying what? I guess I'll put it that way.
I'm gonna keep the protection thing.
Okay. The Onk.
The
I'll take that fucking rod that creates some big, scary monster thing. I'm curious about that.
All
I
right.
think you and Becky both wanted it, so you guys could decide
No.
amongst yourselves.
You can have it. I got the scroll.
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
here's the thing. I've got. This is crazy, but I've got more magical things than I really like. I've got these bracers, and I've got this ocarina. I've got my shield. So like, I'm swapping things out left and right here. I'm surprised at how many things we have. I can do all this stuff.
Okay, so does Norak want the earring?
It would look
Can
good on
Norak
him.
use it?
It would look good on Norok.
Yes, he can. It's not an arc. So,
Okay.
and it does not require attunement, so anybody can have the ear cuff.
And then he just has some crazy, random, powerful spells he could use if he ever needs to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Smash
like,
and cast.
Create a Norok clone with it.
Oh,
Dueling, smashing Noroks. That'll get through any wall.
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
so
fun.
can I call the cuff once it has no more spells, just to actually wear it as an earring, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right, Ben, you're going to take the Norok's going to grab the cuff then.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Gate scroll. Sarah's holding on to that.
Yes.
Yeah, just until I can copy it down, and then whoever wants it next can have it.
Okay. So everybody got something except for Nazim. So apparently,
Pretty much.
Sorry.
Nazim we fucking spent all our money on Nazim's bullshit gear, so he
like
Yeah,
like
get
6
some
months
decent
ago.
gear.
spent like 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
still
he'll
has
be able
that
to
staff.
use, and he'll be able to use the scroll once like they're a high enough level. It's just Sarah's hanging on to it.
It's a temporary thing. Eventually, I'll grab it.
So just so everyone knows, that spell takes 120 days to grow a clone.
Yeah, that's not an instant thing. You
Whoa,
don't just
what?
pop out a clone. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, well, I mean,
And then
without tipping too much, you have a clone on this ship that came from somewhere, and
Mizan.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
It also takes a diamond and a bit of flesh from whoever we're gonna clone. This is more of a if someone dies type of thing.
it's specifically intended to be a backup. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
die, you can transfer to the clone type of thing.
So
It's
we
not
could- we
it's
could
not a
make
mid-fight type
clone-
of thing.
We could make a clone of someone. It'll take 120 days. But like, let's say Norok, if you made a clone, it would take 120 days, and if he died, then that clone would basically wake up. But let's see. It could be a younger version too if you want to make yourself younger.
Almost like you've heard all of these stories all this time about what the Vabians have done, and the Tegura and the previous cultures in Vabi. Like they had means of
they
copying their souls
used.
into other species. Yeah.
It's
And then you find a
all
high-level
mine.
Vabian tomb, and this is what's in it. Maybe there's a reason for that.
That's
Yeah.
essentially what we did with Ketis, right? With his hand. We grew
Yeah.
a clone out of his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on this Collegium Statera, yep. He was a mannequin for a little while.
Yep.
That was
fun.
pretty mean to Ben for all of balance, fucking losing an arm and then all that shit. But anyway,
That was a good game show, though.
Oh, yeah, it was.
yeah, it was fun. I think Becky lost an eye or something in that.
Yeah, I lost an eye and a memory.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's right.
And a
the
spell slot. I lost a spell.
permanent spell slot, yeah. And the memory was your dad or something, wasn't it?
My
How do you use a
sisters.
spell
Yeah.
slot?
So in that campaign, I got real fucked up with like how to torture these guys, and I had them go through this game show thing where a pair of liches were kind of forcing them through this gauntlet of things for their entertainment. Just imagine, people that have lived for thousands of years and just are bored, and how would they do that? They torture mortals, right? So the Balance crew, which is Sako and Ben and Becky, had gone through it, and with their magics, they were using things like modify memory. Basically, Becky lost a game. She lost one of the game shows, and Becky's character, and she got to choose what memory she was willing to give up, and it had to be a valuable enough memory that they didn't punish her further. So if she chose something simple, they would just punish her even worse. And she chose to lose the memory of her sisters, which ended up being a very important part of the end of the campaign because she had forgotten who her sister was, and then kind of relearned it at the end. And I kind of expressed that in a hopefully a fun way in the campaign. But anyway,
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
so anyway, after all that babbling over campaign from 5 years ago or whatever, you guys are rapidly approaching. Basically, you're well over the Badlands at this point, near to the Crow Fort. You'll be there soon. You can see the kind of snowy ring surrounding it, where the gate from the Older Rock is still blasting out all of the snow down over the field around it. There's still a giant donut of Morturalis just standing there. The live soldiers have long since gone. It's basically just the dead that are standing there still. So it's still surrounded. What are you guys doing?
Well, Nazim's going to do a short rest and then go back in the ship and kind of revisit his old memories and kind of revisit a lot of the places on the ship to become refamiliar with it. So that way, in the event of another issue or another ship side attack, he will have he'll remember the knowledge and capabilities of these ships to better navigate the problem. In other words, reacclimate himself.
Okay. While you're doing that, you kind of take a moment to almost meditate, really, and kind of think on the loss of the tadpole from your brain to see what kind of, I guess, physics assessment of what impact it's going to have or has had. And while you're doing that, it's very faint and it's very quiet, but that voice you had been hearing before is still there, and what it whispers to you is difficult to translate, whereas before you could automatically understand the words and you didn't have the headaches and so on. For example, when you read your book, your Luthard tome, this kind of gives the beginnings of a headache just listening to it, trying to somehow translate this ramshackle thought. But it says your time is coming in a very faint whisper.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's what Nazim is doing. You guys are about to land in the Crow Fort. The ship itself you guys are 1,000 feet up, but it is visible. You're well above the Morturalis. Any chance of them being able to attack you above the Crow Fort? But what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna get ready to go heal Clover.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna go with Artemis so I can practice my reaction thing and upcast her spell at the same time.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna go
Nice,
shit
it's
in the
gonna get
bag and drop it
upcast
on
by
that
the-
army.
What's the highest level you could upcast a spell to?
Technically 9 at your guys'
9,
current
okay.
capability. You guys don't have the ability to break that. So 9 is the maximum that mortals are capable of being able to cast at. So if it was already an 8th level spell, you could only boost it up to 9, which is already a gargantuan improvement. Keep in mind that these are exponential increases, not incremental increases.
Okay,
So even 8 to 9
so-
is huge.
With the Wood Sage's chorus and I think it's hang on, let me double check.
While you're doing that, because we're low on time there, what was that, Justin?
Oh, I said I was gonna shit in a bag and drop it on that shitty army.
Okay. You guys just keep, every time you guys show up, you drop something else fucked up on them. One time it was an alien, one time it was
Oh
fucking
my gosh. Yeah.
messed up armor, but
Okay, so regenerate is a 7th level spell. With the Wood Sage's Course and Sarah, it's going to be up to 9.
Yeah.
Like it
Yep.
I
technically
might have
be up
gotten
to
some shit.
10.
I might have gotten some shit on my hands from that. Just, I
Right.
rolled for it.
And nobody has prestidigitation either, so.
Oh yes. Oh well, they probably don't.
No,
If you see
I'm
Pogo, you
nowhere
might
near
just let him.
Pogo for this.
A little bit. I mean, not a lot, just a little bit.
All right. Well, then you guys are arriving at the Crow Fort. You are above it. We'll pick up there next time. The ship being visible isn't necessarily a problem. Obviously, they can see you, but they can't reach you with anything. And you don't see any more Amoras. You guys have destroyed the 3 that were there. In fact, actually, the carcasses for the 2 that you dropped the alien on, the Elithomorph on, are still there, but otherwise they're inactive. You know what? You guys would be aware of this. So I wouldn't say a roll is necessary. You do understand that they could potentially be reanimated, but they are in awful shape, obviously. Anyways, you guys are arriving back at the Crow Fort, so we will pick up there next time. The plan for preparation, as far as the DM is concerned, is still to kind of resume where you left off there. Right? You're going to do take care of business in Crow Fort there, and then intending to fly out to Gwynsair.
Sell
Yeah.
off everything.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we were gonna send the stuff to my EP so they could get sold. My plan was to completely heal Clover, go heal my aunt, and then return to the Wood Sage's Course.
Okay, but you are intending to return to Gwynsair to do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then
If there's
I will.
any books back at the Crow Fort too, I'm gonna grab as many books as I can on history and religion.
All right.
Vabi.
Okay, specifically on Babby? All right.
Specifically of Vabi and specifically of I don't have my notes in front of me, of the thing, the type of magic or different magical types, and hopefully find something about the thing that we think is now that I have the ability to exist, the one that gives the S, whatever it is.
Gives the S?
The what's the, damn it, I forgot the name of the magic that I have now.
It's
Sarconnel?
Corv. No, Sarconnel is Shadow.
So
It's Corvalane is what you're referring to.
Corvalane, or
Yeah.
basically books
Or
on
Demoline.
history and religion having to do with magic and value. Those are the things.
Okay.
I want.
All right. I will make note of that. You do know that Arteme has a pretty thoroughly read tome, specifically on the history of Vabian kings. So that'll cover a good chunk of history. There will obviously be some religion in there as well. You know what? Actually, I don't know if Arteme would have noticed probably too much discussion on Corvalane or Demoline in there. The 2
I'm
kind of
not
death
sure
domains.
because I skimmed it a few times. I was going to study it more in depth later, but I was studying the medicine books more because I'm trying to level up my medicine first.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'll lend him the book if he wants it.
Sure.
All right. We'll put that in my notes, and we will pick that up next week. Everybody good for the 12th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.